Hi, everybody. We are live. It is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. I'm Julia Veenstra. I'm a co-founder of the Square Fit Show, and I'm here to talk about Painting the West. Painting the West is our next show. It goes live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 12th. It's a 24-hour show. It's fast and furious. We are famous for it being kind of like the Black Friday of sales. You have to get in there fast at 8 p.m. if you would like to shop. And what we do recommend is signing up for our newsletter at squarefitshow.com, and you'll be able to get the password that lets you in to the 48-hour preview. Okay, so I've been doing, this is the housekeeping. Sign up at squarefitshow.com. You're going to get the password sent to you. You're going to be able to go in. You're going to be able to check out the 100+ paintings, the 12 by 12 paintings that we have for Painting the West. So this is a show featuring artists who paint or from the West side of Canada and the USA. So we're really, really excited about that. 12 by 12 paintings are all 350 Canadian, 300 US. Shipping is free. And the artist that you purchase will get their paintings off to you within 10 days of the show being over. And again, the show is 24 hours long. So if you've never heard of Square Fit Show, welcome to the live. Square Fit Show is an awesome show that I helped co-found. I have three other members of my team, but I used to have this alone in my studio years and years ago. And I used to have a lineup of people down the street who would come in. I started off the show the first year selling 40 of my own 12 by 12 paintings, and they sold really well. And then after that, I started adding and curating in artists that were my friends, that were local. And it grew to where I would have about 200 paintings every year. Only once a year, I would do it in December. And I would have it once a year, but it had to be local. So this was before I did e-commerce or anything like that. And then, of course, COVID hit. But I had built the show up enough, and my Instagram following was pretty good, that people from across the country were always asking me if they could buy from the Square Fit Show, because I would do lots of photos, but I was so rudimentary back then, guys. We would have the live opening, people would come and shop, and then I would consolidate the wall, and I would take a photo and I'd put it up on Instagram. And people who wanted things would screenshot the scene, and then they'd circle or whatever the one that they wanted, send it back to me, and we would do e-transfers. Oh my gosh, it was a little bit wild. But then COVID hit. And COVID was a time where a lot of artists really came into their own. It gave them an opportunity to paint. And I am so proud that Square Fit Show became a tool that allowed artists who were emerging, artists who were already established, but especially artists who were emerging, to show off and to show their work. And I'm proud to say that there are many Square Fit Show artists that have gone professional, that are in galleries, and even in my own gallery, I carry them. And it is a fantastic opportunity. We've sold, I think, close to $1.5 million worth of 12 by 12 paintings, certainly over 4,500 paintings, and we've shipped them all over the world. So it's really quite exciting. We often even have artists from other countries other than the Canada and the US apply to be in the show. So at this point, what we've done is we took Square Fit Show online. So let me tell you a little bit. This is a fun story, a little bit about the first time we took Square Fit Show online. I had curated in, my 200 pieces, my 30 or so artists that had contributed. And I had gone to Lindsay and Elias and Brock, the team that are now actually my co-founders, and said, we need to take this online. And they were, capable, and they did it. They made me a little shop and we put it online. And Elias and Lindsay had asked me, how many people do you think will be shopping? And I said, well, 75 people would come and line up physically in my space. And people ask me all the time if they can be involved. So maybe 150 might do it online. Well, we launched the site. We went live. 2,000 people hit the site and crashed us. So we had to scramble. These guys, I know nothing. So it's not me. I'm kind of going, we're crashing. I was starting to get phone calls on my phone, like, your site is crashed. I can't get my piece. I had a piece in a cart and I'm not, and I said, oh my goodness, this is wild. So I was actually at a restaurant in Alberta, in Lethbridge, Alberta, and I had to go outside and I went live on Instagram. And that was before I knew how to do live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time, and all of that. So I went live and I said, you guys, you're crashing the site. And it was one of the most exciting shows I've ever been part of. It was amazing. And because we weren't using Shopify, and we use Shopify now, so we have a great platform that can manage the amount of people that come into Square Foot Show to shop. Because we weren't doing that, I went to bed that night and I had checked, what are the sales and how much have we sold and who sold. And I went to bed with a total in my mind, and I kind of lay there and went, I think we sold too many paintings. So, yep, sure enough, in the morning, we had sold 70 extra paintings. That was crazy. And I thought, how in the world did we sell 70 extra paintings? Well, myself, I sold, I think, 6 or 7 of the same painting, because the platform that we had used wasn't savvy enough to recognize milliseconds, and sold it to multiple people. And many of the artists, about 6 or 7 of the artists, had sold multiples. There were some hot potatoes that people really, really liked. But the really neat thing, now I had my job cut out for me. I had to call 70 customers, and I had to call all these artists and say, guys, they sold 6 of your painting. Are you willing to paint more? Do you have other paintings you can offer the customer? I had to phone all the customers and say, are you willing to take, a reproduction, like for the artist to take a little bit of time and paint it again? People were so excited that artists were being supported in this way, that all the customers yep, just get those artists to send me art when they're ready, or I'd love to see what else they have. The artists were so excited, and that started Square Foot Show. So then Lindsay and Brock and Elias, we got together and we decided to create Square Foot Show, and we branded it and we built it. And we had a few glitches along the way, and every once in a while we still have a glitch. Everybody's, when you're human, you have a glitch. But it is one of the most exciting things that I think I've ever done. And I'm super, super proud of it. Artists can apply at squarefootshow.com just by going in and finding, hitting the 3 little dots or lines and hitting artist application. So we're right now, I think we're open for maybe June on. You can go in, if you're an artist, you can go in and apply there. You don't need to have a piece that you're going to be selling. Just give us a representation of what you have as your sample piece. And for customers, please register at squarefootshow.com, because that's going to give you the 48-hour preview. So 48 hours before we go live, which is for this show, Painting the West, is February 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are live right now, our 48-hour preview. So if you don't have that password, just register at squarefootshow.com and we will automatically send you the password and you'll be able to go in. So I think I've done my story. I think I've done my housekeeping. So you all know how to shop. Get online, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is fast. It is furious. We always advise possibly buying one at a time, because if you put things in your cart and you're kind of shopping around, somebody could literally take it out of your cart and buy it. So if you know, and that's the benefit of the 28-hour or the 48-hour preview, if you know what you want, you can go boom, 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 put it in your cart and buy it. It's great. You're supporting awesome artists. And for many artists, most of the artists, this is a sale. So it's a sale price. And we have this now. So I told you how we did. I used to do it once a year in December. Then we started doing it. We did twice a year. We did 4 times a year, 6 times a year. And now we're doing it every month. And I liken that to a gallery, an art gallery changing up their show every month. So you get to come in and see a new show every month. And we're so excited to be bringing you new artists. So I'm going to introduce you. Today, I'm going to be talking to 4 fabulous artists who are in the show. And Becky Luth is our first artist. So let me pull up Becky. And if you've been following us on Instagram, there's Becky. If you've been following us on Instagram, you'll see that you can win a prize by being registered with us to receive our newsletter and to be on that list. You are entered automatically into our draw to win a prize. And every month we get a different artist to paint us the prize. And Becky is the one that painted us the prize that you've been seeing. So hi, Becky.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Welcome. You're not a newbie to Squarefoot Show. You've been in quite a few, right?
I have, yes, probably 4, at least 4,
yes,
maybe 5.
And I work with you personally and found you through Squarefoot Show. So which is really exciting. It's exciting for artists to know that galleries are actually watching. And they're kind of finding the people that they're really loving and they're inviting them into their galleries. So I'm really excited about that. But Becky, you painted, before I ask you about yourself, you painted us the prize. Can you show it to us?
I did. Yes.
Like, look at this, guys. Becky has this just unique underwater thematic going on that is just so ethereal and almost fantasy-like. I just love it. You've got one in the 48-hour preview of Whale Tales that I'm enthralled with because my granddaughter, she is a blue whale fan. She's 6 and she just loves blue whales. She'll draw them and I may have to consider, if I can get in fast enough, buying one of those for her birthday. Becky, where are you?
I am in Salmon Arm, British Columbia.
Salmon Arm, so you are really west. Are you close to the water?
No, sadly, no. I would like to be closer.
So you're in a little bit?
Yeah. We're about
Salmon Arm seems like you should be close to the water.
We're close to a lake, but that's not quite the same as the ocean.
Okay. And you paint, do you paint full time?
I do. Yes.
And where can people find you? Tell us about where people can find you.
I'm in 2 different galleries, one on Vancouver Island. It's in Tofino, or actually Ucluelet. It's a gallery called Reflecting Spirit Gallery.
Nice.
And then I'm also in a gallery in Revelstoke, British Columbia, and that one is called Alpine Echo Gallery. And that's more my mountain pieces. So
and well, that's actually a great tip because I'm in several galleries across the country too, and I paint different subjects. So artists are often called upon to do that. So how did you develop this wonderful fantasy underwater series. And how do you get your ideas?
That's a good question. I think I started painting seriously back in 2013.
Okay.
And part of it was because we had moved inland, and my background is marine biology. And I was
Oh,
really missing the ocean. And so part of it just came out of my homesickness for the ocean,
yep.
honestly.
Yep.
And I've spent a lot of time underwater, and I just love the water. So yeah, I think that's just kind of how it developed. I was when I first studied marine biology, I was fascinated with how land comes down into the water and just continues like that. Just that
Yep.
mindset just was fascinating to me. So that's how I kind of developed a little cross section of seeing what happens under that you don't get to see. So
I
um,
I love that. And that explains how you know this subject so well.
yeah, I love it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, did you study marine biology at university? And did you always know that you loved the ocean?
I did. I grew up in Montana, actually, in the
Okay.
US, in the mountains, and
Oh
on a
my
farm,
goodness.
nowhere near the ocean. But when I was little, I used to buy dive magazines just to look at the water and just dream one day I'm going to be there. And so I did. I studied in San Diego at a university and worked in the field for a few years. And then my husband and I, we moved overseas, and we've traveled around quite a bit. So, yeah.
That's
And when we
very
moved,
cool. And were you an artist all the time? Like, were you great at it in high school?
not that
Did
I
you
was
pick it
aware
up?
of.
Not that you were aware of.
I've never even taken any art classes. But my husband is an art teacher, so I had my own personal classroom. And yeah, when we were first married, I would watch him do it, and all the time I would just like, oh, could you draw this for me? Could you paint this for me? And he's like, why don't you try it yourself? And so one time I just did, and just it opened a whole new world to me. It was like it
So
was a science in itself.
no kidding. And was he super excited to see this emerge?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh
as
my
any teacher
goodness.
is, right? When your students emerge, it's very exciting. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And when you made your first sale, it must have been very exciting for everybody.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So that's great. Okay. Can you show us the pieces? How many pieces have you got in the show?
I have five.
And do you have 5 with you?
Yeah, do you want me to show them
Yeah,
all?
let's see them.
Okay,
Let's show them off. Look at her studio. Looks like that's
I'll
a
um
French cleat wall there.
I'll do two. My studio is
Oh,
an old converted car wash.
what?
I'm in the Yeah, it's an old car wash. I'm in the storage room. And so my husband and my boys, they helped me build all the pellet walls for it.
Okay.
So it's kind
Becky's
of
pretty
a
cool,
fun
guys.
space.
Becky seems to be very, very cool. Oh my goodness, look
So
at
here's a
that
couple
space.
more.
Okay, so this one with the tails, that captivated me. Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. Follow at Becky's Art. Like, look at what she understands about the undersea.
You're very kind, Julia. And this one, I have to say, I want to give a shout out to Leslie. Leslie, I don't know her last name, but she had painted sea otters, and so
Oh,
I
Leslie
loved,
Starr.
yeah, I loved her sea otters. So this one has sea otters in it.
Oh, see, we are highly influenced by each other, aren't we?
It's wonderful, isn't it?
It is. It's at and what a cool space. Okay, so we're gonna need to know more about that story. But if you want to hear more about Becky's wonderful, fabulous life and follow a little bit of this adventure, follow her at Becky's Art on Instagram. And what's your website?
Becky's Art.
Becky'sArt.com.
Becky's Art. Yep.
Yep. And
Yep.
you can shop for Becky's stuff tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And you can preview and get some closer looks right now in our preview. Subscribe at squarefootshow.com. We'll send you that password right away. And Becky best of luck tomorrow. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being willing to paint us the prize. I have to say, when we put together the graphic for it, I exclaimed to the team, like, I just love this graphic. I love this image. I love it all. So the lucky winner will know by probably Friday night who's getting that piece, and we'll send you the information. All right.
That's fun. Cool. Thank you, Julia.
Good luck in the show.
Thanks.
All right. The next person is Kaylee Perrette. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi.
And I said that right?
Yes,
Kaylee
yes, you
Perrette.
did. You nailed it.
I nailed it. Wasn't that fun with Becky?
Yeah, actually listening to all of her stories, I was like, I think she's like my spirit artist, because I also used to want to be a marine biologist when I was a little girl.
No way.
Yeah, I did. But I did other things. So, that's okay too.
That is so cool. And
Yeah.
like, I want to hear more. She needs to have her whole YouTube channel. I want to hear about this abandoned car wash. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Her studio is very nice.
Yeah, that's super cool. So where is your studio?
My studio is actually in my bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a very long bedroom, and so we've kind of designated a little space for me to paint. I definitely have got a little bit of paint on my dresser and on the window from doing the flick.
I was going to say, because I am my studio, I actually had to give up trying to keep it clean because it's covered. I can't imagine in your bedroom.
It's it's a process. I'm a very messy painter, honestly. Like, within 1 minute of opening a tube, getting started, I'm already covered. And so I've just kind of bought some razors to scrape the window and Magic Clean erasers. And you know what? I own my house, luckily, so I'll just tear that carpet out. If we ever move, it's fine.
That's a good way to put it. So, okay. So where do you live?
I live in Victoria, British Columbia.
Okay.
So I think I beat Becky for the most west.
The furthest west. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm actually going to, I'll be driving by, I'm not going into Victoria, but I'll be driving by Victoria the beginning of March. We're flying out. I'm going to a gallery in Calgary, but then we're flying out to do a little bit of vacationing on the West Coast, because this show has, captivated me. I got to go.
Yeah, it's very inspiring out here. It's amazing.
It really is. I find even my color palette changes.
Absolutely.
When I paint the West, or if I paint Ontario is a little bit more Muskoka cottage country. The West has even a different palette that comes, because there's such distance that we can see. So there's a lot more, I find there's a lot more periwinkles and purples.
Yeah, it's interesting, coast to coast. There's a very, very different vibe when it comes to the western part of Canada, really. And it's neat to see how it sort of changes, like, as you come across. And so I was really excited to actually paint the West. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, how long have you been painting, and where can people find you?
I've been painting since 2022. I'm a newer artist. I think it was always kind of inside, but I didn't really know about it until after COVID, when I had an opportunity to sort of slow down. And I'm self-taught, so lots of internet videos. Actually, I have definitely watched a few of your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, very, very good. And so, yeah, I've sort of started breaking into the art scene out here. You can find my work at the Gage Gallery, which is an art collective in downtown Bastion Square, which is a super cool place. We get lots of tourists. So
in Victoria?
Really, in Victoria, yeah, it's right downtown.
And art by _cap.
Cap, yeah, those are my initials. Yeah. And so I'm not in any other galleries yet, but I have been participating in a lot of art walks. Hopefully I'll do the Moss Street Paint-In again this year.
Yeah.
So that one's a really fun one. And yeah.
And is this your first Square Foot show?
No, this is actually my second. I had some pieces in the neurodivergent show, and I sold 2. And that was
Fantastic.
so exciting. I was like, oh my goodness. I refreshed a whole bunch to be like, So yeah.
That is so, so exciting. Okay, so give us a close up. Do you have 3 pieces going in the show?
I have 3 pieces. That's all I got ready this time.
That's
So
okay.
I will show this guy. So the lighting, obviously, never great, but this is a lot of green, which is my favorite color, and it's very peachy.
Your
And
design elements are great.
thank you.
Yeah, I like your divisions. I love the quirkiness. Here, I'm pointing at it. I love the quirkiness of the trees in the foreground. Like the
Thank you. It's been interesting sort of developing my style. I'm still kind of finding like, how do I want to depict things close or far away? Because, it's kind of tricky.
Well, it looks like you're catching it.
Yeah. Another one that I'm really in love with right now is this one. So
yeah, very fun. Very fun. So what Kaylee's done here is not, hold it up, Kaylee.
Sorry. Yep.
Hold it up. She's really, even if she didn't know what she's doing, she's got a lot of movement in this piece, and a lot of variety of the sizes of these ovals makes it, and the colors. This is really great. You've got a real color story going through there, Kaylee. Love it.
Thank you. I used to live in the Rockies, and so yeah, I've been trying to paint some more mountains. They're quite tricky, I find, but I think I'm getting there.
Yeah,
for sure. And then I guess my last piece here, I think this one's my favorite. It's kind of hard to see the palette fully, but it's got a really interesting sort of vibe to it.
it does.
I got a lot of like dark blue, and then the rocks are kind of this interesting illuminated, almost like purpley beige kind of vibe, and then there's teals and blues.
No, I'm really loving it. I'm loving the simplicity of your elements. Your design's great. I love that quirky little tree right down in the front.
Thank you. I think trees have a lot of personality, and they're also different, especially out here on the island. They really have neat shapes.
They really do. The wind blown, and that's the thing, to really observe a tree. Yeah, that could be a whole nother topic.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. All right, Kaylee, thank you so much. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
And
so
again,
much.
if you want to see these up and close, go to the 48-hour preview, get on there, sign up at squarefootshow.com. We're going to send you a password. Then you're going to be able to enter and go check out Kaylee's work and shop tomorrow night at 8:00.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, bye. All right, my next is Ludmila Perez. I just like saying your name, Ludmila Perez. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for making me participate. Letting me participate in the show. It's very exciting. I'm getting more and more excited as I'm listening to the other artists. That's great.
That is so neat. So is this your first show, Ludmila?
Yes, this is my first show with you guys.
So for people or for artists that are watching, what happens is Ludmila would have applied. She would have used our online process, and she would have submitted a piece. And we have a jury of, I think, between almost 9 people who are going through and voting on the applicants. So Ludmila, you were voted in. Right?
Thank you.
It's so exciting. And I always love it.
Just to participate is exciting. Selling stuff, that I'll take it. I'm not going to deny it. But participating in the shows, I've been in a couple of shows locally. It's just so exciting when I get more kick out of people coming to me and say, hey, I saw your show. This is so cool. And that's, bringing a little joy to people. It's great.
Absolutely. So, and I love that. It's not just bringing joy to you. It is bringing joy to people because they're connecting on a level that people don't always even understand. So how long have you been painting, Ludmila?
Well, I both my parents were painters, were artists. So I've been painting forever. However, life gets in the way. So I had to have jobs and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
finally, this is my full-time occupation.
So great.
Besides my farm, my sheep and my chickens. But
Oh my goodness, there's a story.
there's
Yeah.
a story. Yeah.
There's a story. So, Ludmila, where can we find your work other than tomorrow night at the Square Foot Show?
I have a website, ludmilasart.com.
Okay.
And
And on Instagram?
yes, I'm on Instagram as Buffalo Girls Design.
Okay.
I did web design and graphic design for 20 years. So that was my little company.
That
and-
sounds great. And I didn't ask you at the beginning, where do you live?
I live in northern Idaho.
Northern Idaho. So maybe
Yes.
that's where the Buffalo Girls came in.
Exactly. There was the farm next to us had about 40, 50 buffalo, huge herd. And I used to drive every time I went to town, I drove by the buffalo. It was just so exciting. It was just such a nice little environmental paradise.
Yep.
So
And
that's where
are
I
you
got the
in
name.
any galleries or local stores?
I'm in a couple of local stores in I exhibit almost once a year. I mean, now it's like twice or three times at the local co-op, food co-op. And that's a very nice show.
Yeah.
But I'm not in any gallery. I've been doing it full time for I think 2 or 3 years.
So you're just building up your body of work.
Exactly.
And you're working towards. Well, hopefully Square Foot Show shows you off to quite a few people. So yeah. So why don't you give us a close up of what you've prepared for the show?
So
And-
I have this bottom one is one of the painting. It's a barn, which, this is kind of where I live.
Yeah.
This is our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then I have this one. It's a horse trail.
There you go.
That's
It's what-
another,
You are
My
painting your environment.
exactly. And here I have a little bit of an abstract.
Love it.
So,
Is it acrylic?
well, it's acrylic. It's like 75% acrylic and a little bit of oils.
Lovely. Lovely. I love the rich colors you're getting.
I love the oils at the finishing stages, to make the color pop a little bit.
Do you glaze?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I glaze. It helps a little bit, but here's another one.
Oh, so sweet. That tells such a story. I love it. I love the wildflowers.
And then this is,
Oh, these are I'm surprised you haven't illustrated.
yeah,
They're storybook. These are storybooks illustrations. They're wonderful, Ludmila.
I don't know if I'm a good enough illustrator.
It's sweet. Well, maybe you have to just make sure you're documenting your work. That's another tip I'm going to have for all the artists out there. Make sure you're getting your work documented. Take photos if you don't. Make sure you're photographing really, really well. Keep record of it because it is going to be, your legacy. Because you might someday want to do a coffee table book. You never know what might be your hit, and you need to be able to have that documentation. So Ludmila, I'm going to go on to Kristen
Thank you.
Kieber, and good luck with the show tomorrow night.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate it. This is just, you girls are awesome.
Oh, so fun. Have you had fun looking at the preview?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the work's great, isn't it?
Yeah. And I got a couple of in my mind for my grandson because my grandson is into sharks and whales and
Ah, sounds
So,
like Becky. There's another lady painting whales as well in
Yeah.
the show. So, all right. See you later.
thank you.
All right. I've got Kristen Kieber coming up to the stage. Hi, Kristen.
Hello. Hi, how are you, Julia?
I'm doing so well. So I forgot to ask Ludmila where she was from until the very end. So let's start there. Where are you from?
I am from a small town in central Alberta called Killam.
Killam.
Yes, it's about
Okay.
1,200 people. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And now I understand. This has been actually quite fascinating. Everybody showing the work that they have and where they're from. With Ludmila from Idaho, and she painted farms, and you're from the middle of Alberta. It's almost similar. And you've got those wonderful cow paintings, and I see a horse behind you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. So, do you paint full time? Is it your full time job? Is it a part time job?
Well, I'm also a mom, so I kind of consider that my full-time job, but when
Full-time
I'm
job.
not, yeah, when I'm not doing that, yeah, absolutely. I'm putting my time into painting and building a business with that for sure.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. And we can find you where?
Like online, you can find me at
Online and in person.
Yeah. So online, I have a website, kristenkieber.com. And then my work, I actually have displayed at the dentist's office in town. So if you never ever need to stop by Killam, that's where I have some of my work hung. And I've been in the Calgary Stampede art show for the last 2 years. So I really hope to be
Fantastic.
there again this year.
Fantastic. You probably know a few of my friends.
Maybe I do. Yeah.
Leslie
Yeah.
Starr for sure.
Oh, I've never met her, but I am very familiar with her work. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, can you show us your pieces?
Yeah.
And we have over here on YouTube, Rachel Stevens. She is supporting this live like you wouldn't believe, making lovely comments. Rachel, thank you very much for all your wonderful comments. Okay, Kristen, let's see.
Okay, I have to try to get this in the frame. Yeah. So this is my first piece, and there is a bit of a story about it. So I grew up.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I grew up on a purebred cattle and grain farm. And my son is in 4-H, and this is one of his animals that is his project. And this was her first calf last year. So this painting
Aw.
is called Her First Rodeo because that's her first calf.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And then this one is also her. Again.
I love the French cleat you've got going on there. Is that what you've got on your wall
Thank you.
there?
Yes, that is what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And then there's another
Aw.
pose of her.
So sweet.
Yeah. And then I'll just stick that one down.
So do you have 3 pieces or 5 in the show?
I have 3 pieces in the show. So those 2
Perfect.
cow-calf paintings, and then I have this horse as
Aw.
well. Because when
Is
I
there
think of
is there a horse name?
this one is not a horse that is personally known to me, but this painting is called Gentle and Wild.
Oh, Gentle and Wild. Love
Yeah.
it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
So you're a mom. How old are your kids?
My kids are 11 and 14. Yeah.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
they're off to school during the day?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yep. So you're working on that during the day. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. I just love painting. There's always something new to learn, always a new, style you want to try out in your work and see how it works within your own style. So, yeah. It's
And
wonderful.
I'm sorry, did we talk about where people could find you in person?
Yes, we did. So mostly my work is just available online right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I said I hope to be in the Stampede again this year. I'm not
Oh,
in
that's
any
right. I'm
galleries.
sorry. Immediately
Yeah.
lost that.
That's okay. I'm
The
not in any
Stampede is
galleries,
great.
but
That is a great place to get exposure.
yeah. Yeah.
That is really wonderful. So, tomorrow night, have you been in a Square Foot show before?
I have not. This is my first one. I've had friends in it and I've been watching it for a long time. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if I can be a part of this show. And yeah, so here I am.
That is fantastic. So somebody's asking me about your French cleat wall. So let's show her. So there's a slat Terry Leslie, there's a slat on her wall, but on the back of her painting, she's got a cleat. So we'll show it to you.
See if I can.
See? And that angled on that slat, the slat also has an angle. So then her cleat fits in.
Yeah.
Can't get
Just
my
fits
hands to
right
do
in
it right.
there.
Fits in and hangs.
Yeah.
So it's a great little system. I use it in my studio all the time.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Once I switched to oil paintings, I just found I needed so much more space to hang things to let them dry. And yeah, actually, the fun thing about these is my dad helped me put this together, and it's actually like just made out of some reclaimed corral board. So you don't need anything fancy to do
No,
it.
no. So Rachel just said in East Texas, people would love your work. I'm sure there's a whole swath. If we look at the map down Alberta, you know, right down into the US, those cows.
Yeah.
And horses.
Yeah.
So, okay.
There.
So Kristen, you're the last one. And we're gonna sign off, and I'm gonna let you go, but have so much fun tomorrow night watching the show, and best of luck on your sales, and keep painting.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to see how the show goes. It's beautiful.
Okay.
There's beautiful work in there.
There really is. All right. See you later.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Well, that was really fun. And I really enjoyed talking to each of these artists. And we have a few newbies, and that's really fun too. So if you're an artist and you're watching this and you want to participate in Square Foot Show, go to squarefootshow.com and you can sign up and apply there. There's a bit of a format that you'll have to go through, and you'll submit some work. You don't have to submit a piece that's going to be in a show. Just submit your style. Be representational. Have that piece really represent who you are. And here's the biggest tip from an art curator. This is when you submit a piece, we need, and we jury you in, the pieces you submit for that show that you're juried in need to match the piece that you submitted. Don't throw us something different. Don't give us a realistic horse and then put abstract in the show. Okay, that's just a tip. So you apply at squarefootshow.com. If you're a collector, and we are bringing awesome artists to you. We're bringing new and emerging artists. We're bringing established artists. And it has been so fun to meet and see so much variety of work. Go to the show, squarefootshow.com, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you will be able to shop. All the pieces are 12 by 12. All the pieces are 350 Canadian or 300 US, free shipping. And you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. So I think that's all. I don't think I need to do any other housekeeping. And we had a blast once again sharing these new artists with you and filling you in on the Square Foot Show. So tomorrow night and once a month. So Instagram, if you want to go scroll and look at everybody, but honestly, the 48-hour preview is where you want to go. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you at the show tomorrow night.